It's one thing to be passively ignorant of history, but something else entirely to refuse to study the past. Regardless of our political, ideological, and even theological beliefs, an honest review of history keeps us grounded in facts as we address the challenges of the day. I'm Michael Quinn Sullivan with a reflection on life and liberty. Those who can't be honest about the past are unlikely to be forthright about the present. They try to recast history as part of their agenda to seize the future. Thus, we find efforts to tear down monuments and rewrite history books. I was reminded of this on a trip to Israel. After visiting numerous archaeological sites, I arrived in Jericho, which is considered by many to be the world's oldest inhabited city. I know my way around Jericho, having visited that archaeological mound on previous trips. I was not, however, prepared for what I saw. I was struck by how much had changed, and not for the better. What struck me was the site's state of disrepair. Now, this is an archaeological site, the remains of an old city, so in one sense, disrepair is the order of the day. But not like this. This was the disrepair of the site as an archaeological treasure. It struck a dagger through my heart and mind. For all its storied history, dating back literally to the dawn of recorded time, most of us know of Jericho because of its prominent place in the book of Joshua and later references in the New Testament. But here in Palestinian-controlled Jericho, the modern city which surrounds the archaeological mound, you find next to nothing. If you don't know what you're looking at, you won't know. Signposts around the mound once explained the site's significance in layman's archaeological terms, not biblical prose, but those have all been removed. It felt a lot like visiting the Alamo without finding a reference to the 1836 battle or anything else, for that matter. It's now just a high mound of exposed ancient bricks, a cistern, if you know what you're looking at, and a few bits of walls from interior shops or dwellings. I'm told new archaeological work has essentially ground to a halt. There is a simple and sad reason why. The Palestinian Authority's political narrative will not tolerate any more archaeological finds substantiating the words of the Holy Bible. This is ironic, given that nearby is Kaiser al-Yahud. For Christians, this site is significant as the place where Jesus is believed to have been baptized. The old Arabic name, though, attests to something far more ancient. The name translates roughly as the place of the Jews. That is an allusion to the 3rd and 4th chapters of Joshua, where the floodwaters of the Jordan dried up, allowing the people of God to enter the Promised Land and begin their conquest. So we have a site named 4 centuries in Arabic as the place where Joshua entered the land, but no reference inside the city that he and his people conquered in one of history's most famously unique battles. Whatever one thinks of modern Israel and the geopolitical conflict between Muslims and Jews and everyone else, all those things should be unrelated to archaeological facts. But here's the political problem. The Palestinians are resting their claims to the land on the belief Jews have no meaningful historic connection to it. The controlling Palestinian Authority has decided to disallow any archaeological study that might suggest Jews occupied, controlled, or otherwise conquered the land, even in the ancient past. Whatever one chooses to believe about modern Israeli statehood since 1948 or the governing arrangements in the region going forward, none of us should accept the suppression of history. Those whose geopolitical aspirations are based on rewriting history are building on the shaky foundation of lies, and nothing good will result. Modern interest groups should argue vigorously for their competing visions of the future, but we must not allow the past to be a casualty in those battles. The Reflections podcast is presented by Texas Scorecard. This edition was produced by Nick Shepard in the 1836 studios. If you like today's reflection, please take a moment to rate it, leave a review, and recommend it to your friends. I'm Michael Quinn Sullivan. Thanks for listening.